Guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this morning for the long anticipated top 20 bad movies of 2018 video that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to go through 20 through 11 for the first part and let you know why I put them there. Number 20 is Unfriended Dark Web. This is like the sequel to the Unfriended one. And this movie was just bad. It just, the kill scenes in this were just, there's not much to talk about with this movie, so I'm just gonna breeze through it and say that I put it at my number 20. And mostly you guys are probably gonna think I didn't see it, but whatever. Number 19 is The Commuter. This movie was about Liam Neeson living his everyday life in the movie. And he gets laid off, and then this chick comes up to him saying that we'll offer you this amount of money if you find this one person that has a backpack on them with some valuable information. And they didn't stop the train. They kept the train going. But this movie was just bad. And it made it at my number 19. Number 18 is Proud Mary. This had like action scenes in it that were okay, but throughout the movie it sucked. It was just not my movie. Not the movie I would say that was great, but it made it at my number 18, so let's keep this review going mostly. Number 17 is The House with a Clock in Its Walls. This movie was just, it was another bad one. It starred this kid, I can't remember the kid's name in the movie, I forgot. It's been a few months since I've seen the movie, but Jack Black was in it, and his performance wasn't too bad, but the kid in the movie was just overacting, and it just made me hate his character a lot in the movie. And the performance with this kid's character was just god awful. And that's why the movie got a 6 out of 10 on my review, which I thought it was a meh movie, but unfortunately it made it on this list to be one of the bad movies of this year, and it's at my number 17. Number 16, Slender Man. This movie, oh my fucking god, is just god awful. Jamie King in this movie is just a little dramatic for her role, for her character in this movie, but they were looking for one of their friends that went missing, and then more of their friends started getting killed off one by Slender Man. But they happened to leave Jamie King and the other girl alive long enough for Slender Man to make him go crazy and lose everything that one of the girls loves. Like loses her sister or makes her sister go crazy a little bit. But at the end, it showed that one of the chicks offered herself to Slender Man and pretty much killed herself. But this movie was just god awful, and I see why it got a really bad rating, but it made it at my number 16. Number 15 is The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. This movie is just... There aren't words to describe this movie. Sure, there's some scenes in it that were alright, but this movie's still bad. It just is just very bad. I didn't like it that much. And it made it at my number 15. There's nothing much to explain about it. It's just a bad movie. I've already seen it, but I kind of wish I didn't. Because the Keira Knightley's character in this was just stupid. And the girl who's trying to restore peace to the Four Realms or whatever is just... Her acting wasn't bad, but I wasn't crazy about this movie, so... And you don't really see Morgan Freeman much in this movie, except for 2 scenes in this movie. And yeah, this movie made it at my number 15. Number 14 is I Feel Pretty. This was a long movie. It was kind of long, but it was very underperformed with its its plot mostly was just stupid. The title of it is just dumb. I thought the title was very dumb. And it made it at my number 14. There's nothing to discuss on it. It just was a bad movie. Number 13, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. Well, here we go again with another bad movie. The singing in this was just... I couldn't stand it. And mainly the plot was... It was alright, but the singing in this just made me dislike it more. When I heard they were coming out with this, like, this coming up summer that just passed, I was like, no. So it made it at my number 13. Number 12 is Insidious, The Last Key. I saw it at the beginning of this year, and this was god-awful. They've already made like 4 Insidious movies, but this just makes it the worst. The first 3 were alright, but after that, no. This is where they screw up on making it good or not. It was just underperformed and not a really good plot, mainly. It was boring and it was just shitty. And it made it at my number 12. Finally, number 11. Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I was disappointed with this movie. I was hoping it'd be a good movie, but it unfortunately sucked balls. It just... it didn't really explain much with the character building, and it didn't go anywhere. It just... The title is just very off. And this movie was just flat out boring. This movie is just gonna keep you on your seat for a little bit, but when you get through most of this movie, it just gets pretty boring. That's all I can say. It's just a boring movie, and some of the acting in this was a little okay, but not great. And Johnny Depp didn't really have much to do in this movie. You don't really see him do much. So that's kind of unfortunate that this movie sucked, but it made it at my number 11. I will be back at you for part 2 of the top 20 bad movies of 2018, which I'll be going through 10 through 1 just to end the review or end the video. So thanks for watching the first part of this video, and I'll see you in the next part.